Hello Steelers, and welcome again to another very special video. And again, I'm joined once again by James Morris here of Midgard fame. But again, we're not playing Midgard.
We're not playing Midgard.
We've now played what? This is our third game today, but with these, there's not a Midgard.
No Midgard in sight.
So what we're playing now, James? Tell me all about it.
We're playing a game of square bashing now. The game we played earlier was based on the inside of Fort Vaux, so at the Battle of Verdun in 1916. So Fort Vaux we have got on the hill. This is a much smaller scale model. So earlier we were playing in 28mm. Now we've got 12mm tall figures. Most of the scenery is around about 6mm in terms of scale, and we're playing piece of big square bashing. So this is the wider attack, Operation May Cup as the Germans called it. It began in May and finished in June 1916. So you and I have both been for a walk around here, in fact, as we've discussed. So Fort Vaux you can still go and visit nowadays, and most of it's still standing. It's a fascinating place. And then down here we've got the valley. So the fortifications at Verdun were all built on a line of hills. Fort Vaux was quite a small one, but a very, very important one. It played a key role in the battle. And here we have the Germans advancing across the valley. Down here we have the villages of Damloop and Vaux de Vaudourmont down here, and there's Vaux Ponds down there, a little pond, a little lake that you can still see today, and then there's the railway running down the valley here, and essentially the Germans are pushing through, trying to take the French positions on the high ground. In the centre we've got Fort Vaux. On that side we've got the Damloop battery, so all the French have got all their 75 75mm guns deployed there, and then over on this side we have a fortification called retranchement, so basically trench 1 essentially. This was a 150 metre long concrete wall. You can still see the remains today on the hillside, and this actually held out longer than Fort Vaux in this attack. So Fort Vaux was captured in this attack, but the ouvrage, the Air 1, the fortification did not fall till later. So for game purposes today we've rated that one as a trench, because it's probably the best of anything on the battlefield. So
I'm playing the Germans.
Again?
You're playing the French.
Yep.
The Germans did so well for me last time, so I thought I may as well try and follow up that set. What have I got to do? What's my objectives here?
Your objective is to capture the high ground, essentially, but the key items we're going to be counting victory conditions for. So in square bashing, you normally select some objectives and dice randomly at the end of the table, which is going to count some objectives at the end. Main objectives here are Fort Vaux. That's covering 4 squares on the table. They want to capture at least 3 out of 4 of the squares. So essentially that will represent it being taken. The Germans also want to capture Air 1, the entrenchment along there, and also any of the 8 squares in row 1 across the back of the board, because that will open the way to Verdun and then to Paris.
Yeah, so basically I'm just going to try to shove as many men through this as possible.
Very much so. You've got a lot of the French force here as reservists.
Yeah.
The garrison inside Fort Vaux is at half strength, so you've got quite a few advantages there. In terms of the assets, you've got quite a lot of artillery available to you, as you would imagine for a big push like this, but it's going to be tough to actually make a breakthrough.
I'm sure it will be. I've played square bashing before.
You know what's coming.
Absolutely right. Well, let's crack on.
Let's go.
See how we get on. Right, okay, we've just ended turn 1 for both myself and James. Germans have kind of pushed up a little bit into this valley here. You have to dice to get out of the squares, don't you, James?
You do.
Because of the abysmal terrain that we're in.
And that's held up some German units over here.
As these guys down here are stuck behind. But most of my men have got forward. But what happened then?
Well, we called in a suppression barrage, which very effectively dropped across the front here.
As you can see.
And has really caused some problems with movement and German shooting, which is great for me.
So what that means is my men can't actually move this turn. I can't move into the barrage, I can't move out of the barrage.
Sadly so.
So I'm kind of stuck for this turn because the barrage markers come
You
off.
have got your right hook here, though.
I have, but it's quite a weak right hook. But I think we'll go for it. Right, we are.
Turn 2 wrap up.
Yeah, that was turn 2 wrapped up, as James just said there. Where are we at, James? What's happened here? Tell us. I don't think a huge amount has happened, has it?
Not a lot has happened. There's been a lot of shelling across the front of the fort, across the fort itself.
That's right.
We've discovered, referencing the rule book, that units in the fort do not actually take morale tests.
So they're just sitting
from being shelled by the German big guns, which is great news for me. And I've brought up a unit in reserve.
Yes.
So it's fairly even Stevens at the moment, I would say.
Because of that suppression barrage, the only thing I could really do was move forward a unit over there. So yeah, that's where we're at, isn't it? First assault of the game.
Yes.
We've got a German pioneer. They are heading into this corner of the fort to try and knock it out, but they're backed up by flamethrowers. Fortunately, their pals over here couldn't get in, could they? So it's
I'll take that.
I don't know if it's. I think this might work out.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I seem to remember these guys in the square get a huge save, so let's see how this goes.
Well, I've got like 9 dice, you've got 5. So
yeah.
at least I'm outnumbered. We're looking at 5s and 6s for hits. So I've
I have
managed
2
to get,
6s.
I've got 2 6s.
Right, 2 hits apiece.
Yeah, so this is a draw. So it's the target achieves a more or same casualties.
Well, these are hits, aren't they? Not casualties. So now we need save.
Yes, we do need to save.
Oh.
Yes, you're right, sorry. So it's 2 hits on each, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I
Saving,
decide where the first 2 hits go on mine, you decide where the first 2 hits go on yours.
Mine,
They have to
I've only got 1 unit there.
Yeah.
That is a partial strength infantry unit, so they both have to go on the unit. They save on a 3-up.
That's right. I'm saving on a 3-up because I'm professional.
Correct.
And I'm going to take them on the professionals. So what have
Right,
we got?
I have a 3 and a 5. We've saved both.
So save both, and then I see I have saved one, but failed one. Oh, not what I needed.
Right, put your hit marker on.
I take a half base marker there, and also a casualty marker in there.
So,
Now, this
despite the flamethrowers,
Despite the flamethrowers, yes, this is the fighting outcome. So the target has achieved the more or the same casualties. You cause 1 more casualty on me. So 3 hits are applied to the assaulter.
target achieves more or same casualties. 3 hits applied to assaulter, yes.
There's no movement, and the target gets a winning the fight marker. So I'd say 3 hits. So my first 2 hits I'm going to put on the professionals again. Where do you want my 3rd hit to go, James?
The flamethrowers, please.
Of course,
because
of course.
we'd really, really like to see them not come back.
Yeah. Well, let's roll for the professionals. They are saving on, what was it, a 3-up?
You've only got 1 dice there.
2 dice there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll take 3 hits.
Yeah.
So yeah, I took my first.
Is it on
2
each unit of the square?
It's on the square.
Yeah.
So I take 2 hits. I'm putting two of the hits on there. Then you choose the 3rd one.
Oh, well, definitely on the flamethrowers.
Yes. So the final one goes on the flamethrower. 4 up.
4, they're still in
That
it.
is a save.
So you retreat just back to your square,
Yes,
don't you?
that's right. So I'll just put
Yeah, there's
one
no
up.
movement caused, but basically
no
you are
movement.
pushed back to the edge of your square.
Set them up.
We are winning the fight. Huzzah.
We just reached end of turn 3, haven't we, James? So, what has happened in this position? Well, so far I did an assault, which you've just seen, into the fort. Didn't get anywhere. They are now winning the fight, so that's going to make it even harder to get in. And I got a bit smashed up, so I've got some morale to do there. We've not really got much further up on the valley over here, unfortunately, and same again on my right flank.
Well, the ravine, though, you've cleared
Yeah.
retrenchment 1. So
Certainly have, but
you
I've
haven't
got
got the troops
nobody
to
to
take
get in. If I'd somebody right in front of it, it would have been at least an objective potentially got. But my point barrage just landed just there, didn't it? Right in front of where your troops were.
yeah,
And that smashed up most of your.
they've all retreated
Forces
back to the
didn't they?
woods.
So yeah, how's it looking from your side of the things, James? Are you
I
worried
think we've
yet?
got a very big hole here. I'm definitely worried about Air 1 right
Yeah.
now. I think the fort's okay, but we are taking casualties there. It's attrition.
If I can consolidate, I think in this central bit here and get in, I think I'm in a much stronger position.
Yep.
But we'll see. The problem is we've got to roll to see if we can leave any of these squares, haven't we? And that's
Yes,
that is the
sticky.
issue, because half of my men had been left behind. We just rolled for the countdown timer. What did you get, James?
A 6.
And so that brings us down to what?
6 left.
6
So
left.
it could be over in a turn.
Potentially we've got 6 turns left.
Yeah, well, that as well, yeah. If you're
It's one
wrong.
or the other. We'll see. But yes, this could be a very short game, or it could be, I don't know, we'll see. Don't count your chickens. Right, so we've just another assault on the fort here by the professionals and the reservists. Unfortunately, that flamethrower was too heavy to drag up the hill.
It was. That's cost you 4 dice. That's
I know it has,
pretty
yeah.
serious, but they've obviously...
So I've got 8 dice against your how many?
6. 6 dice.
8v6. So we're looking for 5s and 6s. So look, not a single one.
2.
We've got 2
We're
hits.
holding on.
Right, so
Skin
2
of our
hits.
teeth. Right, so we've done 2 hits to your hit, so now you need to do casualties.
Yeah, so I'm going to take 1 hit on each of the
Makes
units.
complete sense.
So first one on the on the professionals, saving on a 3-up.
3-up.
2. Oh, so that's another hit.
Another hit.
And then a hit on the the regulars, saving on 3-up.
Have you got a morale?
Sorry,
marker?
4-up. So they've taken another hit as well.
So we win by. Did they take a hit?
Yeah, they took a hit.
Oh yes, because they're.
So you've actually won by 2 there. So there's another morale marker.
Ooh.
So winning by 2.
Fighting outcomes. Target achieves more casualties. 3 hits applied to assaulter.
Ooh. Okay, so I'll take my first 2 onto the professionals,
Yeah.
and then the last one's got to go on the
Obviously.
other guys.
Right,
so,
2 on the professionals.
So they're saving on a 3-up.
Ooh, another one.
That's another half base there.
And another morale marker.
Morale marker as well. Wow. This is not going well. And then 1 hit on the other ones. These are saving on a 4-up.
Oh, another half base to the morale marker.
Ouch. This is
So 4 morale markers. That has gone badly wrong.
Yeah, it sounds very badly wrong. Oh dear. Okay, so no movement is caused. The target was a winning the fight marker, which
We've got it. We'll keep that
So basically, I'm kind of thrust back into this
into your own
here.
square, and you can take that
Whence
massive
I
pile of markers with you. Ooh.
Nasty, nasty.
Well, I'm not sure the flamethrowers would have changed that, but that was.
They got an extra 5 dice.
Yeah.
But yeah, whether that would have done anything or not is a different matter. Should we do the other one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right,
However, this one has got flamethrowers in it.
It has. We'll just tot up the dice and we'll come back. Alright, so our second assault, the Germans going in with the flamethrowers. 10 dice versus 4.
4 dice.
So we're looking at 5s and 6s again. That's more like it.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
Ooh, okay.
Right, so now we test for casualties.
Yeah, I've got 1 unit, so they're all going on that unit.
Of course, I'll take my 1 casualty on the
Professionals?
yeah.
Are you going to say that?
3 up, 5
Yeah.
they saved. So
Right, 5 casualties, you say?
Yeah, 5 hits on you.
5 hits, sorry, 5
You're
hits.
saving on a 3 up, aren't you?
Yeah,
I think because you're in the
yeah,
fort.
because we're in the 4, always a 3 up. Right.
So I need to cause 3 casualties to destroy.
Yeah, this is the thing, you need to damage the unit because they won't take morale tests.
Yeah, yeah.
At the moment, we have scored no hits on you.
Yeah.
But you need to score at least 1 of these.
Just to push you back at
That's
least.
the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got to achieve more casualties if we draw.
Yeah. Stop wasting time and roll those dice.
3 up. 1 fail.
Oh, 1 hit. Wow.
4 saves.
Yeah.
1 fail. They don't take a morale marker because they're not going to test morale in there.
No, of course they don't.
But you've won.
The assaulter
That's
achieves more
really
casualties. So 3 hits have applied to the target square.
Right, so that's all on the
It's all on
defending
those,
unit. And another one.
So
We're
that's a
down
half
to
base.
a half-base unit now. We are on our last legs here.
The target withdraws 1 square, taking the casualties. You don't have them.
So those are driven into the back quarter of the fort.
The assaulter must move at least 1 infantry or cavalry unit into the square.
I'm not sure you needed telling that, did you, Alex?
I didn't think so, no. And I get a winning the fight. So I am now in that fort and winning the fight.
This is exactly where we were in this morning's game. You are now. You've now
Yeah.
captured the ditch bunker,
That's
and
right.
you've now moved up to the latrines.
That's nice. Always hanging around the latrines. Story of my life. Right. That's them in there. So that's
Yeah, that's a big step for the Germans.
Yeah, that's the best results I could have got, I think.
Yeah.
Right, we just finished James's turn there. What, fourth turn I think he was, wasn't it?
Yeah, and a turn 4.
And what happened?
And I've just rolled a 6,
On that countdown timer.
which means
We
we're
had-
at 0. The clock has run out for the Germans.
Absolutely. We had what? We were on 6, weren't we, before? So this drops it down to 0. The Germans have now run out of time, but where are they though? That's the question.
In Fort Vaux. So
are.
the Germans have got a quarter of Fort Vaux, so that is
Managed to
going to
get
fall.
in. Yeah.
The garrison is very, very thin indeed.
This guy here would probably he would be taken out next turn, wouldn't he? Because he's half a base left.
Yeah.
What have we got over here? The other thing I was trying to do was trying to push forward on this open area to push through the reservists.
We've got 2 reservist units here. Our one is open for you to move into.
And I've got some couple of units
next
here to
turn.
take it.
I think given another turn,
Yeah.
you'd be in there, you'd have taken that.
James very sportingly suggested us another turn, but I thought no, because we've played the game as the game is meant to be played, and I just didn't do it in time. You had some very
Indeed.
lucky rolls.
Saved
on
by
that.
the bell.
Yeah, you had some very lucky rolls on that countdown timer, I think.
I will take that, yes, definitely.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. Another interesting little Storm of Steel video. Anything to say, James, on the end of that?
That was pretty brutal at the end, to be honest. I really thought we were in serious trouble.
Yeah.
But, yeah, saved by the bell. It's one of the random elements of square bashing that may not be to everyone's tastes. I think if we had more time, we might well have said, let's play another
Yes,
turn
play another one. We are at the end of a long day already, aren't we?
But ultimately, we've banged through a game there in an hour and a half after setup.
Yeah.
And I think it proves that square bashing is a really fast-playing battle game. You know, we've got a complete multiple-day battle going on here, Operation Make-Up, and we've fought it to a conclusion.
Absolutely.
In a suitable amount of time that you get done to club night.
Oh,
and
yes,
there's
easily.
not many sets of rules that can cope with this. And it
level
feels
as well.
like World War One.
Yes,
You know, it does.
I was just going to say that. This has felt like that grind forward at Verdun by the Germans. I mean, you could quite happily sit, not doing a great deal, but you were certainly pushing men in, weren't you? But I would just felt every time you're at the mercy of the dice of getting forward in the abysmal terrain.
There is a bit
really
of that. We were both on the phone trying to call up the air support, trying to call up the air observer, which wasn't coming in.
The telephone wires have been cut.
The artillery bombardment over here drove the French out of Air 1 and has delivered that to the Germans effectively.
Unfortunately, it wasn't enough time for these lads to get up there, though. That was a problem.
No.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great set of rules.
Yep, brilliant set of rules.
Brilliant to get this stuff out again. Thanks
Yes,
for playing.
no, thank you for having me, James, and thanks for hosting the game, and thanks again to War Games Illustrated for actually letting us in here and playing as well. I mean, you can see
big thanks to War Games Illustrated.
Brilliant.
They're always so
Really good.
supportive, and
Yeah.
it'll be really nice actually to put some photos of a smaller scale game into the magazine.
Into a big magazine. Brilliant. Right, well, if you've enjoyed this, keep watching those Storm of Steel videos, and I'll see you in the next one.